Hey guys, Ben here. Just going through some swing analysis work. I want to go ahead and get started. Whenever we work with hitters, we always work from the ground up, so let's first talk about our stance. Stance is in pretty good shape. You do like to start back with your weight back, and that's okay. The only thing I would want to change is I'd like to see the bat in this picture. You can see that the barrel is well below my hands. Let's make sure we can see the bat up in this area. That's going to help us work at a downhill angle and get to that baseball. You'll bring it up later, but just don't have it move a lot and get in a good launch position, kind of in the start of your swing, so you don't have to worry about kind of getting in a launch position later. As far as for your feet distance are good. Your knees are nice and athletic. Your head is on the baseball. Your eyes looking at your target. Your hands are in a good, nice, high spot. Maybe have them back just a hair there. Get them in that green circle. But all in all, no problems with that start. You can see as I go to swing that barrel never gets above our hands, and that's going to be definitely an issue to make sure that the barrel starts above the hands. You can see that bat wants to kind of, at this point of our swing, and just make sure that those hands, stay a little bit higher to work more downhill. When you land, the other thing I see too is when you start here, you start nice and high in regards to our eyes here. So when I start with my eyes here and then I go down to my land foot, which is kind of the next spot where we do video analysis or even at contact, you can see how much my levels changed of my eyes. So just do a little bit better job to making sure that your eyes start and stop kind of in the same area and not drastically go down that much. That's going to be a big difference in regards to if the ball's moving and your head's going up and down too much. That's going to make a big difference, because you can see when you land you want to kind of land flexed, and then you begin to firm it out as I turn. But you kind of land flexed, and as I begin to make contact, you can see at this one that I don't really get there. I still have a pretty good angle in my leg where I don't kind of get myself firm and closed off to hit against a firm closed front side. At this point of our swing, you can see that heel is more facing this way, where I would want my heel more facing this way at the door, and close off this foot a little bit more to have it focused on more towards the plate compared to too much angle this way. Backside's not bad. You have a nice line here. Would like to see that front side more closed and firm, but you have a little bit of angle on our feet and our hands. We did go out and get this ball a little bit. Make sure that the ball comes to you and let it travel. Don't think you have to go out and get everything. When you front foot land, you kind of keep going. The biggest thing is to fix that is you'll notice when the front foot lands, you don't want to go forward anymore. So that front foot is landed. So which means your head does not want to go forward anymore. It just wants to, at that point, you want to rotate against a firm, closed front side and hit the baseball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line at your face, and let's see if the front foot has landed, and that means you shouldn't go forward anymore. That means you should stay on the back side. You're going to hit against a firm, closed front side, but you can see as I go forward that your head broke right through that wall, and that my front knee began to collapse on me. I dropped levels, I went forward, and that means is you're going to be a lot of less power at contact than you could be. So the other thing I want you to do too is stay through the ball better. You can see at contact we really want to snap our hands, not I want you to really focus on hitting the ball more up the middle the other way. Seems like you're cutting it off and have a tendency to pull the ball instead of really staying behind it and staying through it. We kind of snap. You can see those hands are already completely rolled over and they're too low. So your angle of your finish is going to not be in the zone as long as you can. I think ideally, in a perfect world, you want your bat to kind of stay through the ball for a while, and then it's going to have a nice swing and finish way up high here. And you can see as I finish that your finish is pretty darn low. It's even below our shoulders, so at this point of our swing, make sure that barrel stays nice and high at the end. So just something to really work on. I would focus on tee work and soft toss, starting the ball the other way, letting the ball travel. You can also see when you're done with your swing that back leg is almost exactly locked out. and you don't want to have a locked out back leg when you're hitting. It's just going to make everything be more upper body when you hit, so it's going to make a big difference. Coming into another swing here, it's a little bit better. The other thing, again, you're not staying through the ball enough to focus on letting the ball go the other way. That ball should be back in this area. If you're going to go up the middle, it should be right inside of that front foot. But you can see you're going to go out and get it out in front, which is fine, but you got to make sure that you're going to stay through the ball. You can see that his hand snap and that rollover is very low, and that finish is going to be still below our shoulders with that bat. You can see that that bat's below our shoulders, and at this point of our swing, you want to have a nice tall finish out there with that. You can see again that back leg's nice and straight. At this point of our swing, we want to have a nice angle in our legs, and you kind of want to have your head back in here, where you can see your head's more forward up there. So, and then you can hit against a closed, firm front side, and your stick figure more wants to look like that. You can see a little bit of a bend in the front knee, and that's going to make a little bit of a difference, again, in your power, if we can change that up. So I would do a lot of tee work and working on hitting the ball the other way, holding your finish to make sure you check your backside out where you're finishing nice and strong in that backside, so you can let that ball travel, have a lot of power, and just make a big difference in that swing. Looking at just another one, you can see how we're really going out to get the ball. I don't know if maybe the pitcher was throwing slow or whatnot, but that's just something else to work on, to let that ball travel and get more towards your feet before you hit it, compared to really going out and wanting to get it. So watch those level changes as well. You can see how we kind of start really tall. You can see your levels of your eyes are really up here, and then when you go down to contact, you can see how those really drop down. Makes a pretty big difference, and then we want to go out and get it out here. It's going to make our swing kind of fall apart. So those are 4 or 5 things to work on in regards to your hands. Try to stay through the ball better to finish higher and keep that palm up longer. And these things will make a big difference in your swing. So we'll look forward to seeing you in your next eval.